Hi. So before we formally define AI, a lot of us are already using AI. Let's see. Have you ever used AI in your daily life? Now take a pause. Pause this video. Think for 10-20 seconds and again play this video. Think that where you have used AI recently. Pause. Play. To help you, this is your probing guide. Where you have used, think when you have used, what purpose you have used, and was it useful or not useful. Okay, so a lot of you might have thought कि हमने AI कभी use नहीं किया. If you think you have never used AI, let's have a look on the screen. Have you ever used this? Are you aware of these icons? Let's see. Instagram, YouTube, Netflix, Amazon, Google Maps, and Duolingo. When you scroll reel, they uses the recommendation system. अगली रील आपको वैसे ही आती है. In YouTube Shorts, you feel the similar content. In Netflix, if you're watching a movies or like romance or like a drama, it's very high probability that you will get the movie which you want because this data identify the patterns and provide you the result based on your search history because Netflix provides recommendation based on your interest. And similarly, if you are purchasing a book, it will provide you a recommendation on Amazon. Google Map uses AI to predict traffic. Duolingo provides you questions. If you fail to answer, it will provide you easy questions. If you are giving correct answer, it will give you a tougher question. So AI is not new. You are using it for a very long time. Now let's define AI formally. So AI is the ability of a computer or a machine to perform tasks that generally require human intelligence, like classification or identifying the patterns. So AI is when computer learns from the data and the patterns on their own without being directly programmed for each and every step. So based on this data, AI became able to identify the pattern and provide the result, which is a prediction. But it's very important to remember that AI is not a human brain, AI is not a magic, AI is not always right. Since it provides result based on the data, it feels very confident, but it can be wrong at certain points. Now, what is generative AI? Even I was confused what is the difference between AI and Gen AI. So let's understand this. What was the difference between search engine and generative AI? Generative AI, in short form, sometimes we say Gen AI. So in search engine, you consider that there is a library. So search engine was the librarian. You ask, I want this particular book. So this search engine used to do, it used to go and fetch the book and provide you that book. What is generative AI? It's an author. The book that you want doesn't exist. The prompt you are giving is new. So if you want this kind of book which doesn't exist in the library, but it's an author, it will go and write a book which you require based on your specific request and give you the output. It's an analogy which will help you to understand. So generative AI is a type of AI which create new contents rather than just finding the existing information. What can be these new content? It can be text, it can be video, it can be audio, it can be code, anything. So when you want to generate a new content, you are using Gen AI. So let's have a look the difference between traditional AI and generative AI. So when you wanted to recognize whether this photo is of a cat or a dog, so we have trained the computer, we have trained the machine to learn from these patterns. After showing a picture of cat 100 times, so we made the machine learn that, okay, this is how cat looks, this is how dog looks. So the machine has learned and now machine can predict which is a cat and who is a dog. But when you want to write a poem about a cat, it's a generative AI. When Netflix suggests a movie, it's based on your pattern, it's a prediction, it's a traditional AI. But suppose you want to write a new movie from scratch, you are creating a new content, it's a generative AI. When you see a Gmail or your email, there's a classification that this email comes under promotions, this comes under social media, this comes under spam. So this classification is an example of traditional AI where the machine has learned, okay, if the email contains these words, this is spam. If email contains this word, Instagram dot yeah X or Facebook, the machine puts in the category of social media. If the message contains 10% off, 20% off, flash deals and all, the machine has learned and it will put this email into promotion emails. But you want to write a new email to someone. You are creating a new content. This is Gen AI. Now, when you type something on the Google Chrome, you will automatically get a few results that you wish to ask. This is AI. Similarly, when you want to write a complete full article, it's a Gen AI. You will always hear some terms related to AI which might be confusing. Can you think some terms that you came across and you find it is confusing? The first example was AI and Gen AI that we have just looked at. Can you think few more terms? Pause, think, play. Okay. So here are few popular terms that you might have seen when you are interacting with technology. Prompt, LLM, hallucination, tokens, bias, machine learning. So there is no need to remember all these terms. As we will move ahead in the course, you will automatically understand the meaning of these terms naturally. And yes, at last we will also look a bit of technicalities involved in GenAI, that how actually it works. But the most important thing is to learn how to use it effectively. So as you know the difference between AI and GenAI, I want to know which GenAI tools you are aware of. So pause, think, play. So this is the screenshot which teachers have responded when I conducted one workshop in Mumbai. So as you can see, the very popular was ChatGPT, Gemini. But I wanted to draw your attention towards few words like Netflix. Netflix is not a Gen AI. Netflix provides recommendations. It's a traditional AI and not Gen AI. One more thing, KindMaster. KindMaster is not Gen AI. KindMaster is like video editing tool. But if this app provides you a space where you can type something and it is able to generate a video, then it's a Gen AI. I hope it's very clear what is the difference between AI and Gen AI. Let's have a look. So in our course, we will follow different Gen AI tools. It's not necessary to master all the tools, but you must be aware that which tool is best for what kind of task. So popular tools are ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, Copilot, Claude, and DeepSeek. Few are good for code, few are good for presentation, few are good for text or video generation. As in our course we will practice, we will naturally understand that which Gen AI model you should use. I hope you are enjoying the course. See you in the next video.